I'm going to show you how to activate some chi in your hands. If you've had an injury in your hands, or you have arthritis in your hands, or you're sitting somewhere and you don't know what to do with your hands, all of the above works. We have a lot of meridians in the ends of our fingertips that can activate and help us heal, help us with our energy level, help us with calming, all of that. Very beneficial. So the first thing you do is you start with working with those little bits of meridians, which are on the sides of the beds of the fingernail. So on each side of the fingernail, we have acupressure, powerful acupressure points. And so we just rub back and forth, rotate your fingers. So you're just going back and forth like this with your fingers, right on those sides. And you do that for quite a little bit. So go ahead and do that with me. Activate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can also rotate like this, rub across and around. So you're going kind of like you're turning a knob. And then turn the knob on the next one, rotate around. So you're just activating those sides of the finger bed. Actually, the whole finger bed is really powerful in getting some chi going in your fingers. Chi is the vital life force. We like the chi to move through the fingers, and pain and inflammation come from stagnation. So what we're doing when we do this is to get that stagnation to loosen up and get back into flow. And then go to the next finger, same thing. Smooth that all around. And you'll notice sometimes one finger is a little more tender than the other. And that just tells you that there's a little more stagnation going on there. And then what you do with that is just work with it a little more gently, but continue to work with it gently, maybe even a little longer. But all of it's to your level of tolerance. So once you've done that on both hands, you can now work with the chi through the rest of the fingers. And one of the things that I like to do is just rub the hands together real fast. Rub, 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 rub. And that really activates and gets things flowing through the hands. There's a lot of healing power in our hands. So once you've activated the chi all throughout, let's move it around. So you can come from the back of the arm and through the hand and push all the way through the fingers. And just push all the way through. Get your thumb in there. Don't mind my thumb. I'm double jointed, so it looks a little a little weird sometimes. I have to actively pull it in. So this really helps with the chi movement. And then turn it over. Do the same thing, but what I'm going to ask you to do on this side is I'm going to ask you to end with an upward movement up the arms. The reason is because that's the flow of the meridians through those hands, those little rivers of energy that help with our healing and our calming and our overall well-being. Now you can do a little massage at some key acupressure points. Right here at the wrist is one. So find your little indention, and you can find the same indention on the other side of the hand, and just rotate both of those together. So rotate that around. And then also just take your whole hand and kind of pulse it. And this helps to also move the chi in and out of the hand. So you can activate and pulse, activate and pulse, activate and pulse. There's also a really key acupressure point that releases endorphins, which is right in here. So if you go either with your other thumb or another finger, you can go right in there and find that acupressure point right in between your thumb and your finger. And it's actually against the bone. So going right, pushing right in up against the bone as far as you can in there, and then hold for a little while. Sometimes it's a little tender in there. And that also tells you that there's some stagnation. So just go gentle and move it around a little bit. And you'll find over time that those tender spots start to reduce as you move the chi through. Now, just like we did with the fingertips, go ahead and do the whole finger. So rotating the whole finger, and come back and rotate the whole finger again. So it's kind of like you're just placing a pencil in the sharpener. That's how it kind of feels like you're doing, and rubbing around again. And then rub your hands together and smooth it out. And then when you're on this side, remember you don't want to go up. And when you're on this side, you go down. Well, try some of that and see how it goes. There's also some really nice healing points in the center of your thumb, and also on the side of your thumb, in the center of your palm, on the side of your thumb. So you can come in here, you can feel some tenderness in there, and where you feel that tenderness, just rotate it. Now, if you are in a situation where both thumbs don't have the ability to do what I'm doing here, you can also take a small tool that doesn't hurt, and then just come in and go like that as well, and work that whole area of the thumb, because this accesses a lot of the other parts of the chi movement. There's also another really key acupressure point on the side of the hand. It's right where you, about halfway in between the finger and the wrist. Just go about halfway, and you'll feel there's like a little dent in there. And go ahead and massage that a little bit, push down on that a little bit, and find the tenderness in there. So go ahead and massage yourself a little bit, and then come up here. You can also squeeze, and then apply a little bit of pressure on both sides, smooth it out. Lots and lots of things you can do with your hands. Give it a try. See how